Hello everybody, welcome back to Star Racing Collects, where today we're starting off a little different. Instead of red with some pucks, we got brown. There's a specific reason, and we're going to tell you why after the song, which AJ's singing today.
Plus, we have 3 trades.
Less important. Let's get to the.
We got another one.
Wait till the music's over. Come on.
No, because I got to do it at the beginning, because then when I rewatch it to write it,
Yeah.
we got Jay Bierman. We got a little trade from Wildwood Sam.
He takes so long with this.
Oh, don't even bother, girlfriend.
I'm not your girlfriend. I'm your son, weirdo.
I gotta find the name on this one. And Bruce F. But first, because they're gonna cry if he doesn't sing soon, because he really, really wants to sing.
I'm going to cry if he does sing.
We're gonna make you cry when you sing, because that's the kind of guys we are. We have AJ singing Mail Day,
Mail Day, Mail Day, Mail Day, Mail Day, Mail Day, Mail Day, Mail Day, Mail Day, Mail Day, Mail Day, Mail Day.
It's from John Cole.
Mail Day,
Beast and Beauty,
Mail
the
Day,
FireStarter Breaks.
Mail Day, 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 Mail Day.
So,
Sorry, I was just doing what that does.
today is from awesome guy, awesome channel, FireStarter Breaks, better known, or used to be known as Beast and Beauty Breaks, with his beautiful wife Alaina, sorry. 742 subscribers. Awesome guy, awesome channel. He does breaks, he does rip and ships, he does tons of giveaways. He's one of the biggest guys for giveaways there is. He's on everybody's channel. He supports everybody. He's on us, Mike, Hollis, and Fuego, Brandon the Goat, Sticks G. He's totally supports everybody in the card community. Epiphany Card Collector's on there as well. He does a lot of the announcing for the ball games on the card community channel for Rad's teams. Yeah, but he's an awesome guy. He's an awesome channel. Go check him out. You won't be sorry. So, what we got here is we did on the card community channel. We did the picks for the playoffs of the major MLB this year. You had to pick for the wild card round. You got 1 point for every win. For the divisional rounds or the semis, you got 2 points. What was it? 1 point, 3 point, 5 point, 7 point for the World Series. We ended up getting second by 1 point from Johnny, Epiphany Card Collector, awesome guy as well. Congrats, brother. And one of the prizes was John was doing another one of his paintings. So I said, well, we don't have one for AJ, and AJ, this was his favorite Looney Tune character and one of his favorite teams, so I went and got John to do that, because we have all the other teams right now except for his #1 team, but that's okay. I wanted this one instead. So let's go to it. AJ's sitting here. He's waiting to see it. No, I took a quick look to make sure which way was up, but I haven't really looked at it, so let's do a reveal. Let's look at it now.
That's right.
And there is Marvin the Martian with a Blue Jays jersey on. That is freaking sweet. That is awesome, John.
Thank you.
That is really, really cool. Two of my favorite things, Marvin the Martian and Blue Jays. So
Dang right, it's two of your favorite things.
Did an awesome job on that anyway. That looks really, really good. And he's on the planet, because the Blue Jays are the best in the planet. So that's why. So thank you so much, John. Everybody go check him out. He does so many different paintings for everybody else. He does a really, really good job, as you can see here. Actually, I think there's JR's right there.
Yours is upstairs in my window.
Go ahead and grab the JR's. This is another one of our favorites, and actually they all are. That's the one he did for JR. It stays down here too. Then there's my Maple Leaf. He did a Toronto Maple Leaf one for me as well, and it's up in JR's window. He won't let it go anywhere. So, all right, now we'll get into the trades. John, thank you so much, brother. Awesome as always. Great job. What's that?
Do you want it? I can grab it.
Yeah, go up and grab it. We'll show it at the end. So now we'll get into the trades. You have to remove Marvin, or are you going to leave him there and put the puck on him? Didn't think so. So, first off, okay, the first trade is from Jay Bierman.
First up, we have the kid.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Next up, we got a Randy Johnson rookie card
We have a Randy Johnson rookie card.
for the Expos. We got a Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. And we got a Russell Maryland.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jay Bierman. Awesome trade as always. Next up, we have a trade from Wildwood Sam. Now these are really cool.
John Stockton.
This is finest, so they have a really nice shine.
Karl Malone.
Mailman.
Mark Price. Alonzo Mourning. Walt Williams. Benoit Benjamin. Ricky Pierce. And a Shaquille O'Neal.
And a Shaq Daddy. And then finally, we got a huge trade from Bruce F. You know what? Let's do this first because
Got a Daryl Sidor. Martin Jelinas.
Martin Jelena.
Kevin Stevens. Steve Larmer. Daniel Marois. Martin Brodeur. Stefan Fisse. Joel Otto. Brett Hull. Theo Fleury. Peter Bondra. Steve Smith. Donald Audette. Trevor Linden. Josh Sanderson. Martin McGuinness. Rob Pearson. Jimmy Carson. We got a Nelson Emerson. Doug Smale. Mark Messier. Larry Murphy. Gordy Roberts. Philippe Bozon. Russ Romaniuk. Peter Ahola. John LeBlanc. Kevin Tachuk. Keith Acton. Jeremy Roenick. Darren Turcotte. Ed Courtney. Robert Petrovicky. Robert Lang. Sergei Batoon. Darren Banks. And we got a sound driver. Sergei Fedorov. Mike Bullard. Eric Wainwright. Brian Bradley. Dean Kennedy. Brett Hull. Mike Keane. Doug Evans. Ricky Vave.
Rick Vive.
Brad Jones. Mike Layler. Yaromir Yager. Yaroslav Kozlov. Yarmo Kakalayan. Stefan Matu and Alier Gauche. Benoit Neg.
That's the French upper deck, in case you were wondering.
Corey Stillman. Jason Smith. David Wilkie. Slavan Cotier. Martin Genron. Sergei
Krasov.
Yes.
It's a little Russian.
Sergei Gonchar. Dennis Matliuk. Sergei Kilmovich. Nikolai Borshevsky. Alexander Alexiev.
Alexiev.
Konstantin
Konstantin.
Koratov. We got a Victor Kozlov, Doug McDonald, Dmitry
Kvartlov.
Keith Carney, Ray Whitney, Daniel Bartume, Bobby Hollick, Steve Larmer, Clint Malerchuk, Russ Courtnall, Brian Mullen, Stefan LeBeau, Mike Lewitt, Rick Tockett, Andrew Cassels, Yuri Erdina, Jacques Cloutier, and a Kevin Hatcher, and we got a Claude Lemieux.
Yep. Awesome.
First up, we got a Robert Korn,
Kron.
Mikkel Nylander.
That's Willie's dad.
Cool. Checklist.
Let's go.
Checklist.
Let's go. No woo, Jer.
Darren Pang,
No woo.
Murray Craven, Rod Langway, Mark Howe, Dave Barr, Peter Zeisel,
Zezel.
Darren Pang, Jeff Sharples, Glenn Wesley, Guy Carbonneau, got a Ken Linsman, Stephen Leach, Bob Joyce, Dougie Gilmore, Mike Fulangino, Brian Benning, Neil Brotin, Mark Louis, Greg Simpson, Gajel Samuelson, got a Sean Burr, Gary Nyland, Doug Wilson, Rick Meager, Randy Burridge, Paul Reinhardt, Mark Habshian,
Yep.
Doug Brodger, Andy Moog, Kelly Rudy, Juno Cavallini, Paul McDermott, Claude Bovin, Drake Berhowski, Alex Strojanov, Jim Campbell, Jason Dave, got a Francois Grollo, yep. Yannick Pro, Jamie McLennan, Yannick Dopre, Bobby House, first round of Pat Falloon,
That's Nylander, isn't it?
Dean McHammond,
Oh, it's close.
not even,
Not even.
Jason Dave,
Jason Daw.
close enough, Yannick Perreault, Patrick Melfi, Martin Beaupre, Mara Dumoulin, Bill Radford, Al McGinnis, Josh Smith, Greg Kozlowski, Chris Nyland, Mike Donnelly, Kevin Todd, Paul DePietro, Chris King, Ron Sutter, Russell Romniak, Gordie Howe, Ken Hodge, Rob Pearson, Grant Fuhr, and a Alexander Glelniak.
You're doing awesome with the names. A little bit more hockey and then into baseball. Baseball.
Chuck Driesen,
Excuse me.
Joe Sewell, or Luke Sewell, Rip Egan, Bill Clem, Al Damari, Sam Crawford, Earl Webb, Wally Shang, Billy Rogel, Ryan Sandberg, Rick Aguilera, Dean Palmer, Daryl Kyle, Cal Eldred, Steve Avery, Jeff Bagwell, Charles Nagy, Tim Salmon, Jack McDowell, Troy Neal, Steve Avery, Turner Ward, Kenny Lofton, Gary Sheffield, Bobby Bonilla, Todd Hundley, Kevin McReynolds, Jeffrey Hammonds, Carlos Garcia, Orlando Merced, Walt Weiss, Brian McRae. We got a Shane Mack, Jack McDowell, Danny Tartable, Daniel Hunter, OJ Brigange, Collector Classics, Checklist,
Let's go.
Don Murdoch,
Some of these aren't
Gary
in the best
Sargent.
shape, but that's okay because we didn't have them.
Mike Milbury, Wayne Dillon, Wayne Bienshin, Lucien Dubois, Dave Schultz, Rand Zanuzzi, Brian Watson, Borja Salming, Doug Risebrough, Ron Francis, Mark Howe, Buffalo Sabres, and we got the Detroit Red Wings and the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Now everything else I'm pretty sure is baseball.
Indians,
All kinds of sets we're working on, and
Marlins, Texas, Reds, Rockies, Royals, Andres Galarraga, Rick Aguilera, Bobby Thigpen, Marcus Moore, Up Close and Personal with Barry Bonds, Juan Gunn, Tim Salmon,
the fish.
Alan Benez, Alex Ochoa, Terrell Wade, James Baldwin, Todd Hollinsworth, Charles Johnson, Luis Lopez,
Great job.
Raymond Martinez, Eddie Murray, Pedro Munoz, Tim Salmon, Dan Plesac, Danny Tartable, Arthur Rhodes, Jeff Reardon, Rob Tewksbury, Mike Schooler, Ryan Thompson, Kurt Schilling, and Eddie Vance Lake, Kevin McReynolds, Alan Trammell, Frank Thomas, Julio Valera, Mike Benjamin, Rick Sutcliffe, Francisco Cabrera, Gerald Williams, Robin Ventura, Carl Willis, Hippolito Pachard, Ken Caminetti, Bobby Witt, David Justice, Chris Bosio, Ortez Destroyed, Chris Haney, Keith Miller, Dave Hansen, Kirby Puckett, Ozzie Guillen, John Dobson, Jeremo Pena, Ryan Sandberg, Jason Giambi, Brian Hunter, Mike Kelly, James Mouton, and a Ruben Santana.
Awesome, you're doing great, dude. Keep it up. Almost done with the box and cutting the nitty-gritty here.
Willie Kame, Sly Johnson, Gracie Matthewson, Bobby Doerr, Rabbit Marinville, Jimmy Fox, Jack Bentley, Al Schatz, Ed Coleman, Doug Paskert, Randy Moore, Dick Seibert, Joe Sugden, Ken Williams, John Podjani, Irv Brame, Sam Gibson, Bill Barrett, Gordon Rhodes, Joe Edwards, Herschel Bennett, Dennis Martinez, Steve Bushell, Pedro Estacio, Brady Anderson, Ruben Amaro, Kevin Brown, Kevin Apier, Rick Aguilera, George Bell, Real Cormier, Brett Butler, Gerald Clark, Wes Chamberlain, Mike Boddicker, Chris Bosio, Jeff Brantley, Albert Bell, Daryl Dalton, Cal Eldred, Mark Grace, Jeff Burkett, David Cohn, Glenn Allen Hill, Leo Gomez, Brian Harper, Junior Felix, Jeff Ennis, Tommy Green, Brian Hunter, Darrell Hamilton, Derek May, Jay Howell, Dave Martinez, Rusty Meacham, Renee Gonzalez, Butch Henry, Charlie LeBrant, Mike Morgan, Willie McGee, Pete Smith, Bill Wegman, Todd Zile, Mark Langston, Dave Steve, Jack Clark, Greg Myers, Jamie Navarro, Donovan Osborne, Corey Snyder, Fred McGriff, Roger Clemens, and Doug Jones.
Nice. Okay, you got 5 more piles.
Otis Nixon, Eric King, Mike Huff, Doc Gooden, Chris Hammond. We got a Tony Gwynn,
Think he's gonna get it?
Lou Gehrig, Rick Farrell, Pepper Martin, Wally Berger, Ben Chapman, Sparky Adams, Bill Hunfield, Steve Kovalensky, Johnny Linden, Nelson Poitier, Claude Passot, Bill Lee, Johnny McCarthy, Old Aches and Pains, Zeke, Baby Doll, Bill Atwood, Bill Dickey, Richard Igby, Eel Moore, Dick Porter, Larry Woodall, Davey Cravath, Walter Johnson, Joe Strip, Ronnie Frey, Bill Reagan, Charlie Robertson, Johnny Evers, Ted Lyons, Joe McCarthy, George Gibson, Miller Higgins, Mel Ott, Huey Jennings, Mont Weaver, Hank Severeid, Fred Daney, Rick Farrell, Muddy Rule, Wally Shang, Steve O'Neill, Ernie Lombardi, Johnny Bassler, Ray Schulk, Nate Andrews, Sam Rice, Oscar Malino, Smokey Joe Wood, Johnny Evers, Specs Top Forcer, and a Joe Marty, and a Danny Taylor.
Flying 2, he's pretty good, dude.
Paul O'Neill, Jeff Hamilton, Deion Sanders, Doug DeScenzo, Joe Girardi, Gary Scott, Sammy Sosa, Hal Morris, Jose Rijo, Bip Roberts, Ken Caminetti, Tom Candiotti, Eric Davis, Eric Karros, Raymond Martinez, Jose Offerman, Mike Sharperson, Darryl Strawberry, Brett Barbary, Tim Wallach, Dwight Gooden, Todd Hunley, Wes Chamberlain, Mariano Duncan, Lenny Dykstra, Dale Murphy, Jay Bell, Barry Bonds, Steve Buechele, Doug Drabeck, Randy Tomlin, Pedro Guerrero, Brian Jordan, Felix Jose, Tom Bagnozzi, Todd Worrell, Tony Fernandez, Greg Harris, Benito Santiago, Tim Teufel, Brady Anderson, Mike Devereaux, Chris Hollis, Ben McDonald, Greg Olson, Rick Sutcliffe, Tony Pena, Jeff Reardon, Jody Reed, Mo Vaughn, Frank Viola, Jim Abbott, Gary DeSarnia, Chuck Finley, George Bell, Alex Fernandez, Greg Hibbard, Nance Johnson, Robin Ventura, Carlos Baerga, Albert Bell, Mark Lewis, Cecil Fielder, Mike Henneman, Frank Tanana, Keith Miller, Bill Wegman, Scott Erickson, Brian Harper, Mike Gallego, Robert Kelly, Kevin Moss, Jose Canseco, Dave Henderson, Terry Steinbach, Eric Hansen, Pete O'Brien, David Vale, Juan Gon, Rafael Palmero, and Nadine Palmer.
Sweet, 3 piles left. You're flying through them.
Kevin Reimer, Jesse Barfield, Chris Sabio, Randy Bush, Robbie Thompson, Mark Lewis, Matt Williams, Doug Drabeck, Cal Eldred, Dave West, Dave Segui, Wilson Oliveras, Darren Holmes, Pat Combs, Frank Tanana, Steve Belinda, Lonnie Smith, Rich Rowland, Tino Martinez, Terry Shumpert, Scott Cooper, Julio Franco, Jeff Brantley, Gary Thurman, Vince Coleman, Bill Gillickson, Jim Abbott, Ben McDonald, Lenny Webster, Mickey Morandini,
Top prospects.
Yep. Bruce Hurst, Mike Maganetti. Yep. Chris Gwynn, Brooke Jacoby, Brian Hunter, Pat Kelly, Larry Anderson, Chris Haney, Mike Sharperson, Mike Williamson, Wayne Housey, David Howard, Terry Leach, Rudy Pemberton, Henry Rodriguez, Lee Tinsley, and Gerald Williams, Fred McGriff, Bill Landrum, Jim Cragnosi, Pete Incaviglia, Trevor Miller, John Habien, Rob Murphy, Greg Jeffries, Chris James, Ricky Bones, Kurt Wilkerson, Terry Mulholland, Doc Gooden, Lance Johnson, Rob Ducey, Billy Spires, Darren Lewis, Gerald Clark, Paul Assenmacher, got a Gary Pettis, Mike Fitzgerald, Tyler Green, Jay Bell, Joe Magran, Ken Patterson, Joe Carter, Danny Cox, and Ed Whitson.
Okay. 2 piles left. One little one, one big one.
Bob Malachy, Sean Dunston, Timmy Jones, Kevin Mitchell, Shane Mack, Bill Swift, Scott Lewis, Luis Gonzalez, Will Cordero,
Pirates.
Yep. Todd Van Poppel, Paul Gibson, Brian Mohandan, Paul Friars, Dana Kiker, Bill Palmer, Juan Beringer,
Yep.
Caesar Benhard, Bobby Jardin, Armando Mariano, and Andy Stanowitz, Ernie Riles, Charlie Huff, Frank Castillo, Buck Showalter, Trevor Wilson, Julio Machado, Yami Navarro, Darryl Boston, Sean Bosky, Terry Steinbach, Bill Picotta, Jason Pruitt. We got a Chuck Finley.
Look at the hair.
Dennis Rasmussen, Jeff Russell, Ron Darling, Brady Anderson, Bob Scanlon, Scott Champerino, Tom Bernansky, Kirk McCaskill, Al Shirley, Bruce Ruffin, Jeff Hudson, Juan Samuel, Milt Thompson, Steve Lake, Chris Jones, Alejandro Pena, Bob Guerin, Zane Smith, Ed Nunez, Dave Bergman, Warren Newson, Luis Quinones, Barry Jones, Glenn Allen Hill, Rafael Ballard, Bill Kruger, Kip Gross, Steve Shitrin, Sid Fernandez, Dave Hollins, Lance Blankenship, Ron Tingley, Jeff Schaefer, Carl Willis, Al Leader, Wayne Edwards, Nick Asaski, Gino Pedrelli, Ellis Burks, Wally Whitehurst, Sandy Alomar, Juan Augusto, Paul McLennan, Cecil Fielder. We got a Tom Gordon.
Nice, good job. And final pile. Guess I gotta zoom out for this one. Wow. There's some zooming in and zooming out on this one.
Fada Penson, Orioles, Red Sox, Tigers, Dodgers. Got a Jeff Russell, Steve Buechele, Ron Gant, Mark Langston, Tim Wallach, Ron Hayes, Dave Stewart, Mitch Williams, Tony Fernandez. Richie Scheinblum, Bump Wills, and John Stearns, George Hendrick, Andy McGaffigan, Bob Sabura, Bryn Smith, Willie McGee, Ruben Sierra, Rock Raines.
That's Bob Jones.
Chuck Finley.
Really?
And Rock Raines. Yeah, I'm just reading that back.
Oh, okay. And finally, we got some oversized. Let me zoom out. Okay.
Jeff Bagwell, Greg Maddox, Dave Justice, Albert Bell, Lenny Dykstra.
Those are fold cards, but I don't fold them. Oversized. Awesome. In case anybody's wondering, that was one of the October postage, the free shipping from Canada Post. That's why it's so big. With that, we want to thank, oops, did I do that one? No, I did not. There's a little bit left on that last trade, sorry.
Carlos Baerga, Ozzie Smith, Dwight Gooden, Dave Stewart, Eddie Murray, Brett Butler, Steve Avery, Chris Snowpeck, Marvin Bennard, Detroit Tigers, Doc Gooden, Terry Mulholland, Kurt Wilkerson, John Habayan, and a Bill Landrum, and a Steve Avery.
Now that's the end of the trade. Thank you so much, Bruce F. Awesome trade, my friend. And that is the video, folks. So a huge thank you to Bruce F. Oh, hold on, I gotta get the box shut. Thank you for Canada Post for the free shipping and October as well. But thank you to Jay Bierman, Wildwood Sam, and Bruce F. Awesome trades, guys. Hopefully we can trade again soon. And a huge thank you to, where'd it go? Right there. Oops. FireStarter Breaks, John Cole, and Alaina. Thank you guys so much for everything you do for the card community. John, that picture is so sick. Everybody go check them out. And there it is one more time. For anybody that didn't get to see it the first 20 times that we showed it. That is really cool. And that is the other picture he did for us for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Awesome picture. They're all so freaking awesome. I think the Marvin one's not my favorite though. Just because it's Marvin. But thanks everybody for watching. Please go check out FireStarter Breaks, and
Have a fucking good day, everybody.
thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye.